Hello. Welcome to another special episode of the Get a Gaming podcast. I am Alex,
I'm Ben.
and we are a bi-weekly podcast, so you can find us on YouTube and Spotify and all the fun stuff. Um, on the weeks that we're not doing podcasts, or sometimes on the weeks we are, you can also find us on YouTube, where lately we've been doing either like extra episodes or let's plays. So we're still doing Celeste. Those are still coming out like once or twice a week, depending on the week. So um, by the time you're hearing this, like 6 or 7 episodes are already out by now. So
Yeah.
go watch those. It's a fun time. We really enjoyed our time, I feel. I enjoyed it, at least. And yeah, we did so much in bulk, and there's still some more that need to be uploaded. Um but as long as people still like it, like, we'll still play more things like that. But yeah, we just haven't really done like a podcast in a little bit, because like we've either been doing stuff that's like more um hey, we got the special thing to talk about, hey, we got this specific topic, and today we do have a specific thing to talk about. But since it has been a while, I did want to talk to you, Ben, and just do a little bit of check-in. Like, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I do have something that kind of grinds my gears, I first say today. So today the new GTA trailer came out. I don't know if you had a chance to watch it.
Yeah.
Um, and I know their price point is pretty high. I
Well,
think
we
it's
don't
like
we don't know, actually. There's no price on it, right?
somebody released pricing. I don't know how accurate it is, but somebody said that it was going to be the game and online for 99. The next step up that comes with some downloads and some money was 49.99, and then the last one was like 200, and it came with a whole bunch of online stuff as well.
Hmm.
Um, Besides that point, the trailer was all CG, no um, game like real gameplay per se. And at the very end, they put a date. So I don't know if they're going to do more stuff maybe in June, because don't think the game would come out in June. I could be wrong, but I would think that when last time I heard it was going to be in the fall sometime.
Oh, they already gave it a date. Yeah, it's next year,
Yeah, so it's like May, isn't it May something?
May 2026.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I guess
that's confirmed for sure. Yeah.
I guess the thing that upsets me the most is why is it taking so long for this game?
Polish.
And I get it, but does is I still think the game will sell like hotcakes, right? But all you keep showing us is like story trailer, right? I want to see gameplay. We've yet to see gameplay. Um, I thought it was coming out this year. I really did.
It was
So
until like a couple days ago, where they announced like, hey, it's delayed until 2026 now. So
I just think it's a hard thing for Rockstar now to come back from. I mean, I don't know. Did you see the trailer?
yeah, I mean, it looks fine. I don't know what else to expect, to be honest. Like, GTA is GTA. I don't think we need to see gameplay of GTA. I think we really just need to see graphics, because even if it is CG and it's cutscenes and stuff, GTA has never run cutscenes out of engine. And so what you see is honestly probably going to be what you get.
Yeah.
So, like, because the characters look so good and the environments look so good, like, those cutscenes are probably actually running in real engine. And so you shouldn't be concerned, I feel, about the actual gameplay once it comes to it. But the gameplay is probably going to be exact same as 5, honestly. I
Yeah.
think so. It's just going to look prettier, because it definitely does. It looks a lot better than 5, that's for sure.
Yeah, it does. I guess I'm just so tired of waiting. Um, I mean, I I I I will almost guarantee we'll get a new disc or something or a new because they on Xbox Game Pass they announced a polished version. So there's two versions of the game. There's the normal version of the game, and then there's like the step up polished one you
Mm.
can download. Um, I was talking to somebody else. I'm like, they're gonna do another for sale of that. I guarantee it. I should have made that on my list this year.
Yeah.
I guess the more that we keep waiting for this game, um, the less I really want to play it. And I know that sounds weird because I bought Grand Theft Auto 5 so many times. Um, and I get it. I'm a firm believer of take your time. This is like a whole new level of take your time. I mean, really, like I feel like this is just what is it, 10 years?
Duke Nukem.
Look how that look how that did.
The difference is, yeah. The difference though is that like they've done games in between, like they've done Red Dead 2. And they did update online. They're really focused on online. Um, I I think it makes sense because how long this game has taken. Because who knows? Maybe they were working on late PS3, and then they had to move it to PS4, and then they had to move it to PS5, and now they have to think about Pro. And so I can understand as you're developing this game, if it passes a certain time like threshold, then it's like, okay, now we have to think about the different console instead. And
Right.
so as well with this coming out, only PC, only Xbox, only Sony, um no Switch 2, not yet. Who knows?
Not yet.
Um but with that, it's not coming on PS4. It's not coming on like any of the last gen consoles. And so with that, I can understand why it is taking a long time. I can understand why it's frustrating for people, but at the same time, I don't know, people love GTA 5 so much that like I really don't think they can mess it up. I really don't
Yeah.
think so.
I mean, I literally have played through the story, I think like 3 times total.
Mhm.
There I guess I could say spoilers, it's been 10 years. Uh, you make decisions close to the very end. And I did it one way the first time, one way the second time, and then back to one of the other ways before. And basically, it's like, do you want to kill Trevor or do you want to let Trevor live? Um, and Trevor is awful. He is an awful character in a game. But I let him live twice. Um, and there's benefits and things that happen with that. But I guess when they announced they were working on this, I and they have released stuff like you said. Red Dead came out. They've been focused on online. They did release Red Dead Redemption on PS4 and Switch, which is yes, it's kind of like a port, but they still did it. I guess I just get frustrated because I'm just like, come on, man. Um, let's just get this ball rolling. I'm wondering if this summer they'll show more. Is my thought. I'm wondering if they will.
They might, yeah. I mean, Summer Games Fest is the day after Switch launch, so it's on June 6th. Um and so like yeah, you might see more then, but at this point, I feel like you're not going to see anything until Game Awards.
Yeah, in December.
Yeah, cuz I feel like that would make the most sense is the show off then, because it's close enough and enough eyes watch the Game Awards. Like, I forget the stat, but it's like more eyes watch the Game Awards than like the Super Bowl. So like,
I mean, and I know listening to certain podcasters, they think the Game Awards are dumb. The awards are dumb. Um, I like the Game Awards. I like seeing people that I know. I I know how it is with the voting, but um, I watch it every year, and I mostly watch it for what trailers happen or what are they going to announce, and
yeah,
they do a really good job of that.
yeah,
Uh, Jeff Keighley every year seems to pull some crazy strings. Um,
yeah. I mean, he gets his Muppets all the time
the only thing is like I wonder why he doesn't pull as many strings for Game Fest because I don't feel like we get as many in Game Fest.
because I don't think Game Fest has that much of a budget compared to the other.
Probably not.
I think one's more a
I mean,
Hollywood production, and then Game Fest is more of an actual festival, because like there's like the actual show, and then I believe there's like a little like place, like a demo area, kind of like a mini E3. So we just don't
Yeah.
get to see that kind of stuff. So like, yeah, there's behind the scenes money that we don't get to experience as people on the outside. So
I just had to throw my 2 cents in there, my grind my gears. I just when I saw the trailer and I saw the date, I was like, "You gotta be kidding." Um, and no, I'm not gonna buy GTA 5 again. I think at this point, I probably own it because of PlayStation Plus or Game Pass, to be honest.
yeah, who knows? But I do know people are interested in GTA 6, because there are quite a few people who actually don't like the characters at all in 5 or the story in 5.
Yeah.
There are quite a few people who say that the story is kind of mediocre. It's mostly the gameplay and the online, and that's why people gravitated towards that. Um, and so to have these two newer people, they seem more interesting to everyone, especially because they are more tied together than like the other random three who come together occasionally um, from 5. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see. I thought I saw where Sonic the Hedgehog was voicing the guy, Roger Craig Smith, but I wasn't sure. I thought I saw and heard that it was Roger Craig Smith, but it might not be. But
I
if that is him, that'd be hilarious. That it's Sonic the
it
Hedgehog.
almost sounds like Nolan North a little
Yeah.
bit. And so that's what I was thinking. I was actually trying to look it up as we were talking. Um, IMDb has it, but they don't have any of the voice actors.
Okay.
So they've got it listed. Action Drime expected in May 2026. They have no voice actors, zero cast, only the production people. So
Yeah, people think it might be Roger Craig Smith as
I mean, if it is, he's
Jason.
probably got to be pretty quiet about it until they're ready to announce things.
Yeah, because
You
that's no
know,
good. Yeah. um. Yeah, man. Just imagine he's just eating chili dogs all the time. It'd be great. Um. But anyway, besides Sonic the Hedgehog, which is a great thing, you should go watch our Sonic the Hedgehog the OVA. Go watch that
yes,
review, because that was a fun time. That's a fun movie. You can find it on YouTube. You can find the movie on YouTube. Just go watch it and then
that's what
watch
I did.
us. Yeah. I own the expensive DVD that's like $100+. Don't be me. Just watch it on YouTube.
I
Uh,
do think it's funny. Before you were like, you kept saying I have the DVD, but you can find it on YouTube. I'm like, I have children. I'd rather just watch it on YouTube. That way, I'm not held responsible for the 100 plus DVD.
yeah,
Makes me feel more comfortable
yeah.
with that. So
Well, do you know what's not $100+? A game called Game Over, a musical RPG. Thank you to Alex over there from one of the PR teams who helps us out and gets us games. We're a little late on this, honestly, because the game did come out a few weeks ago, but life gets in the way. Life finds a way, and so we just haven't had a whole lot of time to really talk
yeah,
about it. Slash play it to a degree, but from what we have played, we do want to talk about it. So I do want to say in preface, and we'll put the links and stuff in the description here, but Game Over, a musical RPG, question mark, is from the press release here, is a musical RPG with rhythm-based combat encounters, zany characters, moral conundrums, and platforming elements. In this game, you'll get to see what happens after credits roll. What does the henchman do after there's nothing left to hench? What do our heroes? And what of our heroes who rendered the weapons industry useless after slaying all the baddies? So it's a very um, smart game, I guess I should
yes,
say. Witty with its dialogue choices, and the game's out to like make you feel horrible if you mess up. Um, but essentially, it is very much a pixel art type game. Um, I don't want to necessarily compare it to this, but things that people might think about. They might think of more like Earthbound, Undertale, something like that, akin to that, where like just the art style looks very, um, I don't know, 16-bit ish, I would say. Um, but the game itself, um, it's very interesting in the sense of it likes to, in the actual like battles in quotes, um, it's Guitar Hero.
Yeah,
It's Guitar Hero with a piano, with a keyboard. There is controller support, um, but personally, what I had noticed, it's just easier to just use a keyboard, just because of the way that the notes are when you have to hold multiple notes at a time. It's just way easier, and it can not be as forgiving sometimes if you miss something. So like when you do like miss a note and you just miss a lot of notes at once, then it's kind of like boop 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 boop, and then you're done with that encounter, and then you can
yeah,
try again. And so with the controller, I was fumbling more. I would say that's more of a me thing. But also feel like the game was made with a keyboard in mind. Honestly, the game feels like it was made with like a piano keyboard in mind. If there's some
yeah.
cool peripheral like that, like what is it, Guitar Hero World Tour, I think. Like if you could plug in one of those into this, I think that'd be awesome. I think I would actually like do a lot better at this game, to be honest, like using a real like piano keyboard. Um but yeah, again, the game is very witty. I don't really want to give away too much about it just because it is very story driven. But essentially we can talk about the beginning, and I kind of want to just go to like roughly to like where the preview ends, because I again I don't
Yeah.
want to give spoilers necessarily, but the game ends where, or the game begins where the game ends. You beat the final boss of a game that you didn't play before, and you go and you rescue the princess, and you go back home, and you're the hero, and everyone's like, "Oh wow, great job! Now what would we do? Cool, great job, great job." And you talk to like your dad, you talk to your brother, you talk to all these people around town, very quirky people around town. They all look have like musical instrument shaped heads. The music is very quirky but also very unique, everywhere. Um and for and like in the very beginning, like after you go to town and you go and they're like, all right, we're gonna go to town hall meeting, meet us here when you're done talking to whoever you want to talk about. You can just talk to literally everyone in town, and always think that's really cool. The problem with those types of games, it's not really a problem with them, the problem with me is that I want to talk to everyone. And so a thing that could last I don't know, maybe 20 minutes is gonna last like an hour and a half for me, because I want to talk to everyone as much as I can. I'm gonna go to every single house. I'm gonna talk to that guy who just wants me to move his bricks and calls me a pack mule.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I did that because I'm like you, I like to talk to a lot of people. And I was like, "Oh," and, uh, first off, his dialogue is hilarious.
yeah,
But, like, he keeps asking to do things, and it's all because of the way he looks, and the dialogue is so funny. And then you were telling me that you were like, "No, I don't like this," and, you know, it kind of changes the dynamic there. Um, I also want to say, like, the music in the very beginning of this game so far, it's great music.
yeah.
It may look like a 16-bit game, but it definitely is very well polished. Um,
Hmm.
when you look at it, you're like, oh, it's simple, simple looking game, but it's definitely not by any means.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Like you said, with the music and the characters, everything's just very unique about it, which is really cool for something like this. Because yeah, this was created by like a single person. Like this was an
Yeah.
8-year development game. You can really feel the heart and soul in this game. There's a lot of musical like music jokes, music theory jokes. There's a lot of just different types of genre music when you're fighting the enemies and everything. Man, one of my favorite ones was I forget when it was. I think it was before the club, but there's one where you talk to like a news reporter and he's like asking you questions like during the song. And so like the song pauses and he's like, "Did you steal that thing?" And you either have to say yes or no. And depending on what you say, like a newspaper will spin and it'll be like the hero's a liar or the hero did steal the thing. Like there's no like out, you know? Like it's just
Yeah.
or like you run into a like a private eye like investigator and so like the music changes very like noir and it's black and white and you're just like playing this like jazzy like piano and like there's just so much uh I don't know how to describe it. Like there's so much humor, but like there's so much identity in this game, just to where um like again I don't want to necessarily compare it to something like Undertale where like Undertale does have like different characters who do different things and every character is kind of quirky. um I feel like these characters in this were a little like they're more varied and like yes they're more one off but they're more memorable because they're tied to music. But I mean I feel like that's just a thing with
Yeah.
memorization entirely. Like you know like if you want someone to remember something you make a song of it. And
Yeah.
so like having these little experiences of these fights, yeah, I love everything about this. There's one where
Well,
like I had to make a song for someone and then I just walk past him and then later he's like, "It's all your fault. I can't get this song stuck out of my head." And I go talk to him and his battle is just the 3-note song that I made for him. And he's like, "You know what? The song was good. You're right. It's okay." And he just like leaves.
well,
Um yeah.
it's like the two characters we talked about before. Later on, you said they were like a Mario Luigi.
Yeah,
Um,
they feel very Mario and Luigi. Like one's like bigger, one's smaller. I mean, it could be like a I don't know, like time not time boken, but like very much henchmen. They're the
yeah,
henchmen who are like, "Hey, where's our boss?" And you're like, "Boss is dead." And you're like, what? No, that's not true."
yeah. They reminded me. I called them Bulk and Skull
Yeah.
from like Power Rangers, but like that dialogue there, I saw it, Alex, that some of the words they were using, I had to look up or ask my wife that was an English teacher because I was like, "What does this mean?" And she's like, "This isn't a video game." I said, "Yeah." But it was funny because like we're trying to explain to them that their boss is dead, and they're like, "No, you're a liar," and all this. But that goes to like the great dialogue with it. A couple battles happened in between there. Um, as Alex did say though, like the biggest thing for me is when I started playing, Alex is like, "Hey, don't use your controller, use your keyboard." I found it easier on my keyboard.
Yeah.
Um, just because where the keys were located that you use, much easier than trying to get them all on your controller.
Yeah, I was using my controller for all the platforming and all like the actual like game elements stuff, overworld, menus. But when it came to the actual battles, I was like, yeah, I'm using the keyboard because like this is the easiest way to do this in my opinion. Um, but there's also I don't know if you got this. I forget exactly what it's called. Did you go into your menu, like into like the settings menu? Did you accidentally click on like display off or something like that?
No, no,
Okay.
no. I am going to announce right now that I got through the first boss, the beginning of the game, and then I switched my settings to the easiest settings. And I
Okay.
know I'm going to get a lot of crap for that, but I want to try and get through this game as much of the game as possible. Um, but no, I did not click on that. The only thing
Okay.
I clicked on was like,
Difficulty settings, yeah.
Yeah, that was it.
Okay, because like in there are like different types of settings. There's difficulty. I think there was like full screen, not or whatever. And there's one for like display on or off or something like that, or menu on or off. And you do it, and then you just have no menu. And then the game's like, hey, you feel pretty stupid right now, like, right? Like, I'm paraphrasing, but it's like, hey, you feel pretty stupid, right? You click the no menu or the no display. Like, what do you expect what happened? You can't do anything now. And so the game's like, all right, I'll give it back to you. But like, then it just stays there. So it's just a funny little thing where it's just like, I'm trying to go through all these little menu things, like turn up or down the music or what have you. But I noticed that one. I was like, oh, what is this? And I click on it, and then it's like, well, I got the game tricked me.
Yeah,
Good job,
I
game.
like with that being said, I really like the twists and turns that the game
Hmm.
takes. Um, you could never in this game feel like completely safe. I'm gonna say that. Like you think everything is good, you're going the path you're supposed to go, and then bam, something big really happens. Um,
Yeah.
and that's just good for the writing. That's just good for the story. It keeps you on your toes, and I really liked like this. And I'm not gonna say what it was because I don't want to ruin it for anybody. But the scene at the town hall, what happens after that, that blew my mind because I thought something was wrong,
Oh
you
yeah.
know? And I was like, wait, no, this is part of the game. So it does hit you with these loops and stuff, which make it keep you on your toes and keeps it very interesting.
Hmm.
Um, I have never played a game like this
Yeah.
ever. Um, but I think because we have so many games out here, like obviously we are talking about Grand Theft Auto, we were talking earlier. Um, Alex and I talk a lot about games out there. Like we've talked about obviously like the new Ghost game and all these ones that we know what they're gonna be like pretty much. It's nice to have a game where you go in with these expectations of like, oh, it's gonna be like this, right? And then it just blows your mind of what it really is. Uh, I think we could have if we could have more of that, it'd be better in the game industry.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. I always love these quirky games like this because yeah, they just have so much personality. um and so I understand that this took the developer 8 years to do and it was a solo
Yeah,
mission, but like, I mean, I didn't beat the game, but I'm like over halfway from what I have seen based on achievements and such. But um I really like this game, and I hope that you are showered in success because you did something that not many people can do. For one, not many people can make a video game, but you did it. Congratulations. But also, yeah, this is just a very personality driven game. Like I feel like I know who you are based on how this humor is and how quirky this is and all of that. Like you can always like see like the artist within the art. This is definitely one of those things. And it is a great game, for sure. I can't wait to finish this just because like and it doesn't seem like it's that long of a game, to be honest, either, from what I've seen. For first runs and everything, like it seems to be less than 10 hours, I would say. The game, I believe, is also $15 on Steam. So obviously not breaking the bank or anything. I do think, I mean, we can talk about other things here in a second, but I do want to say, like, I definitely do recommend this game. Granted, product provided by publisher and all of that, or uh, by uh, by a company and all of that. So like, yeah, take our opinions with a grain of salt. But yeah, I do definitely recommend this game. This was a game when it when we did see it. This is one where I told Ben and me, I was like, all right, we need to ask
oh
for
yeah,
we need to ask for
yeah,
codes for this one. But
yeah.
unfortunately, just the way that time has happened to us is just we just haven't had the time. Unfortunately, just things happen, and so um so we're sorry that we're getting to this later and we had hoped, but we still really like the game and we wanted to put something out now because I mean, you guys gave us the game, so thank you.
Yeah, and I just want to say really quickly, um, I love this type of game because I do play so many games that are. I know exactly what I'm going to get into. When I boot up Halo, I know exactly what I'm getting into. Okay, when my son just got me the new Assassin's Creed for my birthday. When I boot that up, I know exactly what I'm going to get. This game here, number one, the fact that it's done by one person is pretty amazing. The game is well done, a good balance there. So, I would highly recommend this game as well. And anyone that listens to the podcast knows I'm kind of like, I don't know. I feel like I'm like nope, this isn't a good game or this isn't for me, but this one really was. So,
Nice. Yeah. So with that gets our seal of approval from us. Definitely check the game out. Again, we'll have the game Steam link and all that in the description below on YouTube. Um, I guess we can technically add that to the Spotify as well. That is possible. Um, but yeah, this game is great. I can't wait to play more. Just all the things that it does. And all of the, again, yeah, we try to be kind of not inconspicuous, but like um secret about certain things that happen just because we want you to experience them yourself,
yeah,
this game is very quirky, but it's also like creepy pasta, it's creepy. So just
yes,
be
it is.
warned. There is some creepy stuff in here. So if games that like spook you, it doesn't like spooky, but like spooky things happening in the video games or something, things not acting right. Like if that's a thing that you don't like, then I'm sorry that's in this. But yeah, this game definitely subverts your expectations, and it is a great time. So yeah, again, we recommend it. Game Over, a musical RPG? Question mark? Question mark? I don't know how else to say that out loud. Musical RPG. But yeah, great game for sure. I don't necessarily want to give it a rating or anything just because we haven't beaten it yet. However, generic yes or no, I feel like we both say yes, definitely give it a go. So
Oh yeah, absolutely.
yeah, especially for that price can't beat that price for sure. I honestly thought it was gonna be more and I still would have said
Oh yeah.
yes, but but anyway, um let's see here. I don't know. It's still kind of early, I guess, in our episode. Um, but do you know the Muffin Man? No. Do you know when? Now I'm just thinking about Shrek. When does Karate Kid come out?
This month,
Okay, it comes out in May.
end of the,
Okay,
I think I want to say it's the end of this month.
okay.
Um, Very excited. Obviously, if you can see behind me, I got a picture of Jackie Chan back there. Love Jackie Chan. I started watching his movies when I was 18. Um, I would go to the local, um, gosh, I don't even know what it was called back then, but we had one place that sold VHS and stuff still. Um, because I'm old, and I would buy the double packs of Jackie Chan films. So like I would watch like Drunken Master or Fearless Hyena, some of these crazy old ones, and I've followed them ever since then. Obviously, go back to our holiday episodes where Alex and I talk about Rush Hour 1, 2, 3. Jackie Chan is amazing, and I just finished Cobra Kai, so super excited to see finally a Karate Kid that did it right. You got Jackie Chan as Mr. Han, obviously from the Jaden Smith one, and you got Daniel LaRusso coming in to show like some stuff as well.
Yeah,
Um, the trailer looks great. The kid they got is already a martial artist,
yeah,
which makes it even better. Um, I guess watching like things on it, Jackie Chan said he could be part of his stunt crew.
Wow.
That's a big deal if you know Jackie Chan's stunt crew.
Hmm.
He doesn't do movies unless it's his own stunt people, by the way.
Yeah.
Um, and in the trailer, it shows like him and Daniel fighting people, which is even better. Um, I love watching Jackie Chan fight. It's so creative. Are you gonna go see this movie?
I have to finish Cobra Kai first, and I also need to see if Cobra Kai actually matters for this film or not. Because I don't think
I
it's
don't
going to.
I don't think so.
But there might be a
I won't.
throwaway line.
Yeah, I think you need to finish Cobra Kai. And I know we're kind of saving things for maybe a later episode. Without spoiling it for anybody, the last two seasons of Cobra Kai really finished the series. Um, a lot of drama, but it's not like the drama like before. Where, oh, the kids have drama. There's a little bit of that, but it really does like connect all the pieces together. There, I would love. I'm just saying this. How awesome would it be is if in this movie anywhere Johnny Lawrence shows up? You're laughing, but
No
how
way.
cool would that be?
No way, though.
I'm just saying, like, I just think that'd be awesome to see him show up.
I don't think he's going to do anything. If anything, like, he might have a cameo appearance.
That's all I want.
And so that's why I'm like, yeah, I should probably finish this show.
I think you should.
Maybe someday. I don't know. Like the show
It got really drama-ish.
got very Riverdale.
It did. And I will say these last two seasons, there's not a lot of that stuff.
Okay.
Okay. There's like very, very little because you do have teenagers. There's going to be some,
Yeah.
but like I thoroughly enjoyed it. When it's over, I was like, it's all over. It's all done.
All right.
Well done.
Well, maybe I will. Maybe I will watch it someday here, someday soon, but I have too many other things to watch cuz now I
Isn't
have
that,
Office Space on Blu-ray apparently. So,
see, I think if you ever want to do a movie, you ever want to do a podcast on Office Space, that movie, I think, is one of the movies that people are like, oh, I've seen clips of it. That movie is there.
I got a yard sale for $1.
You got to watch it because they took Milton's stapler. And if they take his stapler and don't return it, he's going to burn the building down. So,
I believe you have me stapler. I can set the building on fire.
and I think, I don't know if I could watch it now and be like, oh my God, this is great. But it was one of the ones I think I watched all the time. And when I worked at Blockbuster, people would be like, hey, what movie should I watch? Office Space.
It's Mike Judge as
Yeah.
well. I haven't watched this movie in a long time. I think I really enjoy it more now. I have always enjoyed it, but I think I would enjoy it more now, or it might hit more close to home just because of like the work environments now that I've lived in. But yeah, it's been a long time since I've watched that.
You can
you can jump to conclusions or
I
whatever.
was just gonna say that.
Yeah.
you could it's a jump to conclusion, Matt.
You can
It's
physically
great.
jump to conclusions.
I still love when they were doing like the interviews and they were talking to him and they're like, so what is it that you do? And you
I
get,
tell you, I talk to the customers because the engineers don't know how to talk to the customers.
so you're just a secretary. No. I loved it.
Or because it's like, so you bring those physically over to the engineers. No, my secretary does that. Yeah, it's such a good film. Now I'm thinking more and more about it.
I have recently been like trying to relive some of these films that I loved, watching it with my older children because I have a 17 and a 19-year-old. And we watched Old School the other day, and my kids were laughing so hard. And one of them goes, I didn't know Will Ferrell even did this type of movie. I'm like, this was like in Will Ferrell's like prime time. Okay.
Yeah.
And I forgot in that movie that Sean William Scott is in it.
Yeah.
Stifler,
Oh
like
yeah, he
he's in it for
is.
like a short second.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, you know, I want to watch that movie with him. The fact that you got it on Blu-ray, dang.
Yeah, because I was looking up a few like a week ago actually. I was trying to check if there's a 4K and there isn't. The 4K is only like on digital. Like you would have to buy it digitally in order to watch it in 4K. But yeah, I got that and then I got the two Michael Bay Ninja Turtles on Blu-ray at a yard sale because there's a big
Uh,
yard sale where they just had a bunch of Blu-rays for like $1.
Everyone makes jokes about garage sales. Both Alex and I were at garage sales recently, and I had to call him after the one because I went and the one I went to go to, they had a PS5 controller, and by the time I got there, it had sold. Like this is early in the morning, like 8:40, and there was one across the street. So I'm like, I'll walk over there. I see a box of junk. It's like ah, not OEM controllers, and in the bottom, I see this little case, and there's small discs, which I know are GameCube. Long story short, I got it for $2. I get in the car. The GameCube player disc was in that,
Yeah.
including like these three as well were in it. They're pretty scratched. I'm not gonna
What
lie.
are they?
It is Taz Wanted, Star Wars Clone Wars, and Legends of Wrestling. I might
Oh.
have to have you test them, but they are pretty scratched.
Mm,
But the other one isn't bad at all, believe it or not.
yeah.
And when I called Alex because I was like, "Hey, is this what's worth money, or is it the actual player?" He's like, "No, the disc is worth way more.
Yeah.
I paid $2." And then I picked up a copy of Pokemon Pinball for Game Boy Advance. It is beat up,
Yeah.
um, but like that's the thing is like we always go to flea markets. That's where I think that's where I should go. This is where you should go. You should definitely not sleep on this because most of the time people just want to get rid of stuff.
Hmm.
Um,
Like that one
I was
time where I got what was it, like Luminous, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, that Banjo Kazooie like pencil box or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the crazy thing was I told Alex, I walked up to one. At that point, I was like, "Let's go, man. Let's just go to all these ones." I walked up, and this guy was making a deal already. They were the old Simpson toys in box, unopened, and the lady sold the whole box for $30. Like I know one of them was like the Simpson car with Homer. Mose was in there, and these are sealed, unopened. And then as I walked by
I
it,
would
I
take them.
noticed my wife was like, "Why didn't you counter offer?" I was like, "Cause that's not cool."
Yeah, it's not.
Uh, but there was Family Guy toys in there as well,
Oh wow.
and I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, man, and here I am like looking at them. I hadn't even noticed. I was holding in my hand as I was like trying not to stare at it. What was in there? The Twilight books in my hand. And he's like, "Are you wanting that?" She goes, "I'll sell the whole thing for $1." I didn't have the heart to say, "Yeah, these books aren't worth $1." No, thank you. I
Yeah.
probably upset people. I'm sorry. The Twilight films are bad.
No, I think
They've ruined it.
that's generally the consensus for that.
I kind of was hoping Blade would show up and just end them all. Like
Well,
in their house, he comes out. Yeah,
maybe in the director's cut.
it's not Michael Bay. Who's the one that does all the director's cuts?
Oh,
It's not Michael Bay. The guy that did Justice League. I can't think of his name.
Snyder,
Yes.
Zack Snyder. Yeah.
And I want to just real quick go on a little quick thing. Um, the thing that Zack Snyder did for Netflix, they are awful. I watched the first one. It was awful. And
Oh
here's
yeah,
the bad
I've heard.
here's the bad part. It's like you could watch this or the 3-hour director cut. I'd rather have a root canal. And I went into it open. I'm like, hey, this looks really cool. Robots, giant spider ladies. This looks cool. No, it was like, let's try and throw as much CG and craziness in there as we can. Um, it was bad. And the fact that there's three of them that are normal and then three director's cuts, you are not Lord of the Rings. You cannot do that.
Yeah. Um, even then, does Lord of the Rings deserve that? Probably not, because Lord of the Rings is kind of bad. But Zack Snyder's Justice League
I don't
is
think that's
actually
one of
really
the
good.
worst.
So I recommend that 3 or 4 hour movie. It's great.
That one's good.
Yeah,
That is good, even though he kind of cheated to get it, but
yeah, but
it was good.
he deserved it. So
But I remember it took me a couple times to watch it, and I'm like, I got done with it, and it pops up. It says, "Hey, if you watch this, you should watch the director's cut." I was like, "No, thank you."
yeah, you can't pay me
I
to
don't.
watch Lord of the Rings anymore.
I tried to the other day, and thankfully my 7-year-old freaked out at the Orakai,
Mm,
and I turned it off. I really just wanted to see the part where it says you cannot.
mm,
That was it. But we didn't even get that far.
yeah,
He did not like the Orakai. Now my wife's dad loves those movies. He probably watches them once a month.
it's too much.
That and he plays Skyrim on the Switch. That is what he does being retired.
It's too much. Yeah, I don't understand it. Like, I really, because I'm also like not this way even with regular things too. Like, I'm not just popping in and watching Scott Pilgrim like once a week,
Yeah.
or Lupin, Castle Cagliostro or whatever. Like, I give time before I rewatch like masterpieces, or masterpieces in my eyes. So, like, and those are just like hour and a half to 2 hour films or
Yeah.
so. And these people are watching these director's cuts once a month or whatever. It's crazy. Like, these Lord of the Rings, it's 3 movies. They're each like 3.5 hours long. No, it's too much. Don't do it. It's a waste of
I
time.
went to the
Go
I went
outside.
to the
Go touch
I
grass.
went, I went out to the theater to see those. Like the extended cut.
Oh, the extended?
I
I
did
only saw the regular ones in theaters.
no, I saw the regular ones and I went to see the extended cut. Now, I was not these crazy ones that would go first thing in the morning and they did all 3 extended cut films. And then at midnight they showed like the first Hobbit.
Who's that
I
crazy
didn't do that.
guy? Man, this turned into a different episode than I thought it was going to be. Who's that crazy guy who's like overpowered? And he's only in the books.
He's not in the movies?
No.
God, I haven't read those books in years.
Overpowered. Lord of the Rings guy.
As we've turned into a Lord of the Rings podcast.
Tom Bombadil. Most powerful character. He can just manipulate environments, and he can put on the one ring and just be immune completely.
Hmm.
He can just do whatever he wants, it seems. And it's just like, why isn't this guy in the extended cuts? Is it because he's just too ridiculous for these movies that try to be so edgy and serious? Maybe.
I mean, I by the time I got to the 3rd movie in the series, it just got really long for me. I still watch them every now and then. Do I watch it more than I probably watch Star Wars? No. I probably watch the original Star Wars films more per year than I watch Lord of
I don't do that either, honestly.
I
Um,
watched I watched Empire Strike Back over the weekend. Um, and the kids love it. I have one child that only wants to see parts with Chewbacca. So that's rough. Um,
just
he
watch Solo.
we did and he loved it. He was like, but like, the scene in Empire Strikes Back where Lando lets Chewie go and he starts choking him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I had to rewind that like 5 times because all he would do was laugh.
Yeah.
Um, but of course, you didn't even get the coolest Wookiee until you watched Book of Boba Fett. But that's for another podcast.
This isn't for
But
another podcast. This one's already going a little long, but again, thank you so much for listening, everyone. For Game Over, we'll put the description, put the link in the description for that. Yeah, we like that game. Definitely go check that game out. And I don't really have anything else to say. I mean, keep watching our Let's Plays, I guess, but Do you have anything else, Ben?
just to get at it.
Get at it.